All right, guys, today we are talking about what are some things you should look for if you're looking online at homes, if you're looking to move across country, or just really anywhere, and you're going on all these sites and you're looking at houses online. What are some things that you should look for that might slip your mind because you just don't know, and that's okay. You don't know what you don't know when it comes to home shopping. I do this every single day, so I happen to pick up on things that might benefit you. So we're gonna go through some of these. We're just gonna get right to it. Let's waste no more time. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, do all the things that all the other YouTubers say, because it does drastically help us be seen by many, many more. And obviously I want as many eyeballs to see this video as possible, and that helps me out significantly. I'd be very grateful. It's hard to get subscribers, guys, so help me out, please. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so if we're looking at this house right here, 2682 South Elm Street, Gilbert, the very first thing that I like to do is I like to look at the map. I like to go to the map. I like to see where is it placed. And this is a great example, actually. First try here, we got it. So this is back in Gilbert Road. So when you're looking at the location of where it sits inside of a neighborhood, really the worst spot it could be is backing a major street, and Gilbert happens to be an extremely busy street as well. So this is kind of a absolute horrible location inside of the neighborhood, and it's just something that you want to take note of when you're looking at houses, because it is something that kind of people forget about, and then you think, you know, it's not that bad, you know, the road noise, we can tolerate it and all that stuff, until you move there and you're about 2 weeks in and it's beautiful outside, because most of the time in Arizona it is, like right now it's 65 degrees, and you want to open the windows and you can't because all you hear is road noise. Or it's raining and you want to get that rain smell in your house and you want to open the windows, you can't. You want to go get some peace and quiet in your backyard and potentially have a pool, build a pool, hang out there in your own little oasis, you can't, because all you hear is vroom, 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 vroom. You're gonna have people walking in the backyard or walking by your backyard. You're gonna hear them. You're gonna hear buses, semis, motorcycles. I did this personally. This is why I'm pretty passionate about location. Is when I bought my first house, before I was in real estate, I didn't realize where I was buying the house, and it just so happened to be up against a major road, right up against a light. And so I heard everybody accelerate. I heard all the motorcycles, all the cars that have the exhausts that are loud as heck. I heard it all, and it was something that was such a big learning curve for me, and I will never do it again. I guarantee you I will never do that again. So I always look at location. If we want to use like another, let me just pick another house real quick. Something else I like to consider, please don't tell me this is also backing. Oh my gosh, close, is access, right? So if we were to use, let me make this bigger. So if we were to use this street as an example. So looks like this is the main vein right here, Seville Boulevard. It's actually a really nice neighborhood. So you want to know, at least I do, when I show houses so I can educate clients on it, where's the main vein through this neighborhood here? And how many turns, how deep into the neighborhood are you? For example, if I were to find, let me just find another area here. Okay, so if you're like, let's say you live in Santan Heights and you live, I don't know, like right here, Tanner Ranch Road. How many turns is it going to take you to get there? Sometimes that is a real turnoff for buyers. How quick can I get from my home to the main street to get to the freeway to get to where I want to go? So it's something that I always kind of take note of, is where am I placed inside of that subdivision, and am I too deep into it? How many turns? Because some of these will get really confusing and it's just really complicated. So how many turns off the main street does it take for me to get there? Now, the second one might seem pretty obvious, but I'm going to explain it. Is it a two-story or a single story? And I know that sounds stupid, but here's what I want you to understand. A two-story is going to have typically a smaller footprint on your lot size. So if you have equivalent lot sizes and the same square footage of house and you want a bigger yard, then a two-story is going to give you that. If you don't care so much, or for me personally, I have 3,200 square foot single-story home, and I had to get a bigger lot to make sure I could do everything that I wanted to my house, right? Build the backyard I want and all these things. And so if you are, and a lot of people are, and I understand it because I am too, if you are, hey, I am adamant about getting a single story and the lot size is whatever, 8,000 square foot, 7,500 square foot, something like that, your lot isn't going to be that big to put in the pool or whatever you're looking to do. And so you might have to go with a bigger lot size to accommodate a single story with the same square footage as a two-story. And so it's kind of important to know, what is the lot square footage and what am I looking to do with the future of my backyard? Maybe maybe you don't care about a pool, but maybe you might in a few years, right? You don't really know. And so it's important to notice lot size, the difference between a single story and a two story. And that's something a lot of people forget about. We'll walk into a single story with the same square footage as a two story with the same size lot or a similar size lot, and they're like, whoa, this yard seems way smaller. And I'm like, well, it is. Also, take note on since we're talking about this, how far back off of the sidewalk does it sit, and how important is that to you? Sometimes they are very close to the street, and a lot of people love that because it offers a bigger front yard, because really no one plays in the place. No one goes in the front yard anymore. They're all in the backyard. And so it's important to you to sit a little closer to the street, or do you care as much? Do you want a bigger driveway and that kind of appeal? So just another thing, that lot size and the size of your yard is really predicated on where your house sits, the footprint, the size of the footprint, and where it's located on that plot of land. Okay, so another thing, this is going inside of the house. If we look at this right here, is how many different types of floorings are there? This is something that goes by over a lot of people's heads. And it's really, how many types of floorings can you see from the front door? Now, this one isn't too bad, so we can only see two in this photo here, but you'll be surprised how many homes you walk into and the entry is different than the hallway, then the hallway is next to the family room, and the family room's different, but then you can see the kitchen, and the kitchen has a different one, and there's so many different styles of flooring. That is such a turnoff for resale value. So if you were to buy that home, I would strongly consider baking in a budget to redo the flooring to make it consistent throughout. And then obviously you can have the bedrooms carpeted and things like that, but the hallway, the entryway, the kitchen, the family room, all that stuff should be just consistent all the way throughout, and that's going to make your house feel way bigger and just feel like it has a better vibe inside of that house. It's not going to feel so chopped up. And so when you walk into a house and it has a lot of different floorings, make sure you're kind of thinking, man, we're going to have to redo floorings at some point if you want to net the most amount of money when you go to sell it. So when you are looking at photos online, look at the flooring types. What's going on there? And especially try to find the front door and try to imagine you're standing in that entryway and go, okay, how many can I see here? Because that first impression is huge, right? So if you walk into that door to go see it, let's say you list the house and you have a buyer that comes in and they open the door, you want to wow them right off the bat. First impression is so important when selling your house, and so you want it to look nice. You don't want it to be like, whoa, crazy all over the place. So that's just another thing that a lot of people skip over. So the next one you probably want to pay close attention to is the year it was built. And the reason why is you want to know what is the lifespan of the current HVAC and the roof. So this one was built in 2006, so the roof is 18 years old. And so end of roof, the lifespan is going to be 20, 22, 25 years. Definitely no more than 25 years. And so you want to make sure at 18 years, get a roof inspection done, see what it's like. And so the newer the home, the less odds are that you're going to have to get a new roof or AC unit, right? So if you're buying a house built in 2001, then it's 23 years old right now as we're filming this, then it's most likely going to be at the end of its life. And so then you're going to either have to negotiate with the seller to pay for the roof, or you're going to have to come out of pocket to pay for a roof. And so the year it was built is really important to see what kind of costs might be coming up. And make sure when you do buy a house, you get the HVAC inspection, you get a roof inspection done. Those are your two big ticket items. The worst thing that can happen is you move into a house, and especially here in Arizona where the summers are 115, 120 degrees, and that is when all AC units break here. I tell you what, because your AC is kicking 24/7. You move into a house in April, and then your HVAC, your AC unit goes out in June. And now you got to fork out 10 grand to pay for the AC unit, and then you're going to be out of your house for a week because they're so backed up. All AC companies are backed up in summertime. It's very difficult to get it done pronto in summer because that's when they all break. And so pay attention to that year it was built when you're looking through Zillow or Redfin or Realtor or my website, whatever it might be. This is also my website, guys, little shameless plug here. If you want access to it, please just comment, DM me, whatever it might be. Just get a hold of me, say, hey, I want on your site. Mine syndicates with the MLS, so all the information is significantly more accurate than anything else you see out there. But pay attention to that year built. That was a shameless plug. Got to throw it out there. And I'll end it with this one, and it's something I tell all my clients. It's trust your gut. And I know that sounds so cliche, but you will know if you like that house in the first 15 seconds of being there. You're gonna feel good about it. You're gonna walk in and it fits everything that your imagination told you wanted. And if after 30 seconds you're trying to justify it, unless you're a first-time buyer and you're trying to, ball on a budget and you're trying to buy your first house and just to get into something so you can start building equity and that kind of thing. But if you're trying to move into a home that you really love with a family and it's your third or fourth home, trust your gut. And if you don't like it after a minute, don't try to justify it. There's no need to stay there. Tell your agent, hey, let's get out of here. This isn't the one. Unless you just like to see how they decorate or something like that. But don't just think about it and go, well, this would fit this and, I don't like that, but it would work for this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Trust your gut. Walk in, feel it, you're just going to know. You're going to know. You're going to, it's like meeting your spouse, right? You're just gonna know. You're gonna talk to him or her for a few minutes and you go, hey, I like you a lot. We should go out sometime. At that point, you're done, right? You will know if you want to ask a girl out very, very quickly. The way you see her, the way she's interacting with other people, whatever it might be, but you know. Same thing goes with the house. You know, you see it, you like the curb appeal, you like the backyard, whatever it might be. You like whatever you like about it. You like the long hallway, you like the front door, you like the split floor plan, you like the kitchen opening up into the family room, you like the flooring and all the remodels they did. Whatever it is, this is your house and you need to live there. And you're the one spending a ton of money and you need to love it. Don't justify the purchase. Be realistic within your budget, of course, but make sure your gut tells you, because you don't want to live there 6 months and go, we messed up. We shouldn't have bought this house. Anyway, guys, my name is Jeremy Fuhst. I'm a local real estate expert in the Valley. If you need something, please don't hesitate to reach out. I've lived here my entire life. I sell hundreds of homes a year. I know what I'm doing. I know the area very well. If you need anything, just shout. If you want access to the website, please just let me know. I'll get you on it. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all those things. I want to help as many people move to Arizona because Arizona is incredible. I'm extremely biased because I was born and raised here and I love it and I don't plan on leaving. And I want to bring as many people here as possible. So if you're visiting and you want restaurant recommendations, if you want anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, my name is Jeremy Fuhst. I'll talk to you guys soon.